I'm gonna show you guys how to make another Destroy Lonely type beat. There was a few people on my last video asking what sounds I use. I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I made this beat, all the sounds I used, as well as what I did to mix and master it and the effects that I used in that, so tune in. Okay, first I grabbed this lead from Serum to Hollis Bank. This is free on Reddit, by the way, if you have Serum. And the VSTs that I use in all my beats are paid for. You can use stock sounds that come on FL Studio, but I just don't because, you know, I have the paid ones, so I'll use them. But I mean, if you want to make a beat, you can come up with anything off stock sounds. It really doesn't matter, honestly. But it sounds something like this. Alright, so after that, I got this other synth. It's just from some random bank that I picked up off Reddit. And then I also threw the Shaperbox 3 preset on there. If you don't have Shaperbox 3, I recommend you buy it or crack it, whatever. It's good. So this sounds like this. And then after that, I went to Dune and I picked up this sound. It's a really weird sound. I'm not sure how I incorporated it into the beat, but it's good. Okay, and then I grabbed this other sound from Electra X. Fun fact, this is the same sound that was used in All Girls Are the Same. So yeah, it's a good sound. So I drew something like this, and I also put the Shaperbox on it again, another preset. And then what I did here is I pitched it up an octave after 8 bars. You can notice in the song after, but it sounds something like this. Last, I went to Silent and I grabbed this sound from a random bank that I downloaded offline, but it's something really simple. It just keeps the rhythm going. In this particular beat, I have 2 808s. And with the hi-hats, I don't usually do this, but on this beat it sounded good. As you can see with the velocity here, I have it kind of randomized almost, so it gives it this up and down kind of feel. I got this clap, and then I layered that clap with this clap here and added a side note on the third. Crash, open hat, another open hat, first snare, second snare, and the last snare that plays at the end. And for the master, I always try and keep it pretty simple. So on the actual master channel, I put a fruity limiter with the envelope settings turned all the way down. And then I always run a fruity soft clipper. This is what gives the beat that crunch. Like if you're ever wondering how like with these Osama-san and Ken Carson type beats, how it's like the bass is always super distorted, it's always with fruity soft clipper. And this is kind of a weird take, but I put an Arvox, like the best vocal compressors that there are that you can buy. I don't know why I put this on the beat, but it just sounds good. You know, you can turn the compressor up a bit, which makes the beat a little bit louder and just kind of cleans everything up. If there's bass frequencies playing on your melodies, it's always going to clash with your basses. Like if your melodies have a lot of bass in them, it's going to clash and sound really weird when the 808 comes in. So what I do is I try and clean all that up. As you can see, sometimes I use a parametric EQ, but I find the one on the bottom right works the best. It cuts the most sound that you want out of it, so I just use that, and it's really fast and simple. Another thing I do to make room for the 808 is like I'll cut some of the high end out of the 808, which just kind of, again, it's all about clashing frequencies. You don't want that. And that's basically it for the master. Another thing I want to note too is panning. So as you can see here, I do have some stuff panned. There's a chart that you can look at on Google if you search up like producing panning. Think of it like this: if you pan something all the way to the right, you're going to hear it out of the right side. So when everything's playing monotone in the middle and you pan something to the right or left, you're actually making it louder in a way and creating space for that sound. And I always do that on my perks, snares. I'll pan my hi-hat to the left or right depending on how I feel. You want to keep the claps monotone, so right in the middle, and the bass in the middle as well, depending on what you're doing with it. Yeah, so after that, I got the final beat, and this is what it sounds like.
I love you, sorrow.